All right, take 3. Let me know if you can hear me. Let's see. I think we should be good. Okay, we're good. Oh man, what was that? Anyway, welcome to Mi Casa Es Su Casa for the 5th time, by accident, but the 2nd time tonight on purpose. We were having some technical difficulties. You know, technology don't like me when I'm telling the truth. So I'm probably excuse me, probably gonna have to start that segment all over. I'm pretty sure y'all heard none of that. So yeah, but let me know when y'all hear me so we can make sure we're all on the same page, and then we can go ahead and get started. Are we good? We straight? Can y'all hear me? Okay, I think that we're good. And we are golden. Nice. Great stuff, people. Great stuff. So we are good. We are here. We are live, baby. Thank you so much for tuning in to Mi Casa Es Su Casa. I'm just going to try to start from the beginning, which I hope that if I start from the beginning, people aren't going to have to listen to the whole thing over again, but whatever. First of all, I was thanking everyone who dropped the super chat earlier. I thanked David Thompson, and I saw we had one more person donate to our One Follow to $1 campaign on Patreon as well. So thank you all so much. Show cannot be what it is today without you. For those of you who watched me in the very, very beginning, I literally had this little tripod, my iPhone 6 at the time, and my in the headphones. And that was it. And now we have clearly evolved over the last 2 years. It is really all thanks to you. You all are the reason I can do this full time now. Super excited about that. As you can see, I told you at the beginning of December that this year you would actually start seeing me post more frequently and more often. And I'm excited about that, and I hope you all enjoy seeing much more content. But like I said, the only reason, and I told you all this at the time, the only reason I'm able to take this time now and dedicate so much of that effort in my time is to you, is because of you. Because clearly this is what you've all been asking for, and this is what I'll give you. So appreciate it. It's greatly appreciated. And don't worry if for whatever reason finances don't allow you to become part of the One Follow $1 campaign. Then I appreciate your viewership just as much. Don't worry, no worries at all. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and get into this. As you all know, the other day, January the 3rd, a fire broke out at Hillary Clinton's house. As reported by USA Today, a fire broke out and was quickly extinguished on Wednesday at a building on the property of Bill and Hillary Clinton in Chappaqua, a town north of New York City. Chappaqua, whatever. So the fire was in a facility used by the Secret Service on the Clinton property in a building not connected to their home. Nick Merrill, a spokesperson for Hillary Clinton, tweeted. You know what's weird? I don't know if y'all have noticed this in journalism recently. Only usually with Hillary Clinton stories or establishment stories trying to defend some establishment BS or a lie. They're like preempting a lie that they are going to need to tell. So they just want to make sure they make that clear. Why do we need to know that? Like I understand why we would want to know why if the property was attached, but why would the average person need to know that? Usually in stories such as these in journalism, they like to sensationalize it, to make it grab headlines and make people keep reading and want to know more. What they would say is on Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton's property, a fire broke out at their Secret Service facility. They wouldn't say that it wasn't connected to the house because that would take some of the drama out of it. You know, they love drama. But they actually preempted it and said, no, it wasn't connected. Don't worry. Okay, we didn't ask that, but thanks for the information. But what's even weirder about that is their source for that is Nick Merrill in a damn tweet. Who the hell is Nick Merrill? Is Nick Merrill a firefighter? I don't know. Let's keep reading and find out. Nick Merrill, Clinton spokesperson, said that the Clintons were not home at the time. That's cool, whatever. But the fire was reported at about 2:50 p.m. at 15 Old House Lane, where the Clintons have lived for nearly 20 years. I don't care about that. But police declined to give further details on the fire. Red flag number one. Never in any fire that I've ever seen taking place in any of the cities that I've lived in, where the police and the firefighters just say, we decline to give any details on the fire. What? Hold up, bro. This isn't a criminal investigation. We just trying to tell the people where the fire was at and how bad the fire was. People like reading about fires. We just, excuse me, we just want to report the story accurately. Is that too much to ask for? Apparently it is. But police said the details would be provided by the Secret Service. I did not know, ladies and gentlemen, that the Secret Service were also expert firefighters as well, versed in reporting accurately the location and cause of a fire. I'm almost 100% positive that is not the case, which is why that is really, really weird. Hey, we're just going to yield the floor. Ooh, did the firefighters have a say in that? Did the firefighters were like, hey, y'all, we're going to yield the floor to the Secret Service because that's what good Americans do, okay? Those are Secret Service people. I'm sure that some of them have been firefighters before. We're going to stay out of this one. We're going to let them handle it. We'll just put out the fire. We'll let them do the talking, okay? No, they didn't say that shit. That's not true. That's not what happened. But hey, that's not weird to anybody else except for people like myself who are apparently out of my mind that the police would not give reports on a fire as if it was a criminal investigation. Or maybe it was one. Or maybe there is one. Let's keep reading. But initial scanner reports said that the fire was in the bedroom and it had been extinguished. Oh, wait a minute now. It just got juicy. I'm going to tell you why. So for several reasons. So for those of you who don't know this about me, and some of you probably could tell already, I actually have severe ADHD that I have managed to gain under control in my adulthood through several means, but has granted me some abilities, which some of you who have ADHD could probably relate to this. When you see something off, when you hear something off, whether that be syntax, whether that be a syllable being pronounced the wrong way, a pattern, like, you know, all circles and then like a random triangle thrown in there, or even a circle that's like oblongish, it immediately stands out to you. Whenever I read stories, and it's actually what has made me, what made me such a good investigative journalist and a good investigator for Jam Pack when I worked for them, it's that type of stuff when that whole thing like stands out like red paint on a white wall, like a red splotch on a white wall. It's not even conscious. I was reading the story initially and I was like, and I read very critically, as in I assume that whatever I would naturally assume is the case because of my biases towards something or against something. I assume that is not the case, and I try to read it from not only an objective perspective, but probably more so on the I am wrong perspective, unless there is something that may lead me to believe otherwise. Because that's what any responsible, I feel like any responsible journalist should be doing when they're reading articles and information and analyzing it. 1, police don't decline to give details on fires. It's a fire. It's not a damn double homicide. 2, where the hell the fire people at? Fire people Fire people don't get a say in this. But the fact that they yielded to the Secret Service, it was almost like they were like, we're not getting involved in this shit. Secret Service, come here, deal with this. Because I know, and we're not, and I'm not doing it. I'm not going to be the police officer that talks about the fact that there was a fire in the Clintons' bedroom where this weird thing called a server used to be at. Interesting. And then 3, in this particular case, this initial scanner reports that it was in the bedroom. However, they're trying to say now, according to Nick Merrill, that it was in the Secret Service facility. According to who? There have been, I've looked, and if you find an article that says otherwise, I would greatly appreciate you sharing that link with me, whether via Messenger or via my Niko for the people at gmail.com. You can send it there. But no police have corroborated that that was in the Secret Service facility. In fact, you want to know how we know no police have corroborated that? Because at the beginning of the article, they said that the fire broke out, was quickly extinguished. It was at the Secret Service facility, according to Nick Merrill. After that, however, the police declined to give further details on the fire outside the fact that it was reported at 2:50 p.m. and the initial scanner report said that it was a bedroom fire. So you're going to attempt to tell me, I don't have a police scanner, you don't have a police scanner, the neighbors, unless they're really weird and they like spying on the Clintons because some nasty stuff goes on in that house, I doubt they have police scanners as well, nor do they have fire scanners. I seriously doubt, especially because the article went out of the way to make sure to tell us that the facilities were not connected, or that the facility is not connected to the building, that a trained firefighter was that far off of where the fire was. You thought that it was in the bedroom, but it was actually in the Secret Service facility? Bruh. And if it was in the Secret Service facility, why not just say that if you're the police? What's wrong with that problem? It's almost as if maybe, because this is usually how it goes with the Clintons, right? Maybe like a week or two down the line, there could possibly be some investigation that reopens that involved a certain house and a certain server with a certain Secretary of State, you know, but that'll be weeks from now. And we'll laugh about it and say, that's a coincidence. And it's fun to think that they're all connected. And it's, you know, it's nice to believe that because it makes us all feel like we knew it. We're like, I knew it, you know, jokingly, but like, I knew it. I told you, we joked about it and we saw those memes on Facebook and Twitter. But it'll be weeks, right? Nah. It wasn't weeks. On January 3rd, the fire happened at the facility. January 4th, the Clinton email investigation reopened. Now, I know in politics for a fact, things like that are not coincidence. You can call it what you want to, call it my intuition, call it whatever. Like, look at the facts. I'm not saying for an absolute fact that specifically has something to do with the email investigation. But let's review. It was initially reported by the scanner that it was in the bedroom. Nick Merrill in the Secret Service reports that it was in the Secret Service facility. The police do not corroborate that story. The fire department does not corroborate that story. In fact, no one in media, or no professional, I should say, first responder has corroborated that story. So why exactly would I or you take on face value that indeed there was a fire in the facility versus the bedroom? It doesn't make any sense. Even the way, like I've already said, even the way that USA Today reported it, people, they said, yeah, Nick Merrill, Hillary Clinton's spokesperson, said this is what happened. But the police department, they say right after, declined to give any details. Why are you declining to give details on a fire? They're like they were going in there for a drug bust. It was a fire. What fire have you seen in your community where the police were like, hey, we're not talking. It's classified information. Yeah, right. Like if it was classified and it was at Hillary's house, we know everybody would know, because it's not like she would secure the information before she sent the shit out. That's a different story for a different day. But anyway, they don't sit there with tight lips over a fire. They say, this is what happened. And they figure that out pretty quickly. But like I said, no one has corroborated the story that's been given by Nick Merrill. And it maybe in a vacuum, it doesn't look all that suspicious. A little weird, not all that suspicious. But when we couple that with the fact, first of all, it was in the bedroom. I'm going with it was where the scanner, the firefighters, the first responders who came there reported on the scanner said it was in the bedroom. And until that is disproven, it was in the damn bedroom. I'm not going off of what Nick Merrill and the Secret Service people said. And Hillary Clinton are absolutely refusing to come out and speak on this, by the way, which is also really weird. It's really weird. It's almost as if they're worried they may incriminate themselves if they speak on it. Because yes, if they speak on it, if that room had evidence and there is evidence found and confiscated, and if that evidence, if they say, no, we didn't order, no, those people didn't, no, we had nothing to do with, and then it's found out that they did have something to do with it, then yeah, absolutely, there would be they would incriminate themselves. Absolutely. She's already perjured herself multiple times. Sure, they don't want to add this to the list because you can perjure yourself, before, and maybe you would have gotten away with it. But right now, the water looking a little hot. But in a vacuum, this doesn't look horrible. But you know, Mikasa Sukas, we don't study things in a vacuum, people, do we? We look at the entire picture. And we don't even have to look that far because the very next day, the investigation reopens. The very next day, the investigation reopens. So what am I supposed to think? What are we supposed to think? Are we supposed to just believe that, I don't know how to pretend like that's normal. I don't know how to pretend that the police acting like a fire is a homicide is not weird. I don't, do y'all, is that weird to me? I'm gonna go to the chat and I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna see, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Oh, Joseph said that's a nice shirt. I appreciate that. I love my shirts. I love my shirts, people. But is that weird? Do y'all think that that's weird? Oh man, the comment section in my videos always have me so weak. But no, seriously. It's weird, right? Okay, so on top of all that, so obviously we know the Clinton Foundation stuff is being investigated. The Clinton email server has been investigated. Apparently Uma Abedin is even being investigated for potentially perjuring herself, lying to the FBI. We do know for a fact that she admitted that she burned documents for Hillary Clinton. But let's be very clear about one other thing too, though. And this is something that H.A. Goodman talks about. They had a lot of cloud storage. Like all their emails and stuff like that, they backed up. to several hard drives. And of course, Fusion GPS probably didn't want to keep them because this new FBI is not playing any games and they want all that stuff. So they're not going to keep it at Fusion GPS or at Platte River, not Fusion GPS, excuse me, CrowdStrike, not Fusion GPS. But they're not going to keep it at their facilities. But guess what they would probably find out? Because it's not only a lot of stuff, man. CrowdStrike has, like, they have the little cloud thing, and then there's Platte River, who is another cloud service that Hillary Clinton used to back up the emails. They're not going to keep it at their facilities because then they can just, hey, give me those. But it's less likely, however, that they will subpoena Hillary Clinton out in the open and say, hey, give me those. So if you give them to her and it's her personal property at that point, maybe you're less likely to ask for it. We know that for a fact because we've even said that over and over again. Like, y'all could just ask for this stuff from Hillary Clinton. Y'all could just ask for this stuff from the DNC. And they have been less likely. The FBI has not subpoenaed. They still haven't, to our knowledge, but a lot of stuff is coming out recently, so we don't know. But to our knowledge, they still haven't subpoenaed CrowdStrike with documentation, official documentation that the Russian hacking took place. So, God forbid, like, they're never going to subpoena Hillary Clinton. Not easily. So, of course, if it was announced, right? Follow me now. Follow me. Walk with me. Walk with me. If it was announced on the 4th that the Clinton investigation reopened, when do y'all think she found out? It wasn't probably wasn't on the 4th, right? Probably closer to the 2nd or the 3rd, which is why she wasn't home, which is why her spokesperson did not say where she was at or what they were doing. But I will say this. You know what the cause of the fire is? According to Nick Merrill and not the police department, by the way. I checked that out. The police department hasn't corroborated any of that. The fire department, neither. None of them have corroborated this story, but it is being reported that a fan in the bathroom of the Secret Service facility is what caused that fire. I don't know what the hell kind of fan they have in there. I don't know if it was out of date. I've never heard of a fan causing a fire. I didn't even know fans had the ability to cause a fire, a bathroom fan. I did not know that. Maybe I can see it overheating because of the weather. That's kind of somewhat feasible. I'm not an electronic person. But sweet baby Jesus, you're not going to sit here and tell me that the police department who shows up to your house reports on, not the police department, the fire department who shows up to your house says on that police scanner, hey, it's in the bedroom, but that bedroom is not even attached to the facility that supposedly actually caught on fire. They got it that wrong. The initial report said one thing. Those initial reports by the police department and the fire department were never changed by either of them. Once again, how do we know that? Because the police department said they refused to speak on it and that the Secret Service would be letting us know the details. The same Secret Service that works for the Clintons. Because clearly that's who you want to trust with your reporting, is the Secret Service. On July the 3rd, once again, let me see if I can find this other article for you. On July the 3rd, the fire happened. On July the 4th, it was announced that the Clinton email scandal was reopened. But probably really, she found out on the 2nd or the 3rd, probably. I would love to know what you all think. I want to read to you this article by lowhud.com. This was, when was it? It was published on the 5th. So it's a little bit afterwards. Okay. Got a little bit of a little couple days. So Clinton fire, right? Stay with me. Investigation on the 4th. On the 5th, this article came out. So a bathroom fan burned part of the building on the Clintons' property in Chappaqua, Newcastle. Supervisor Robert Greenstein said today. Apparently, a bathroom fan shorted out, he said in the email. I don't even know who supervisor is. Maybe it's like I don't even know why he said apparently. It's either it did or it didn't. When in a fire, you're getting me choked up. Look at it. This. What do you mean apparently? Bro, it's your job to be definitive. You don't get to say apparently when talking about a fire, when talking about reporting a fire. What do you mean it apparently shorted out? It's the 5th. You don't have a detailed report for the homeowners as to what caused this fire and how we should prevent that fire from being caused again in the future. It apparently happened. Man, I ain't about to look. Oh goodness gracious! The small fire burned a hole through the bathroom ceiling on the facility, which is used by the Secret Service, and remember what I told y'all earlier? Guess what? The Chappaqua Fire Department has declined to comment again. So on the 3rd, the police declined to comment. Said the Secret Service would take care of it. Now, on the 5th, after the investigation has started, just really, like, it's not, you should be weirded out by that. I don't even know who. Oh, excuse me. That's what it is. I forgot this is New York. So, Newcastle town supervisor, he said that apparently the bathroom fan shorted out. Apparently. So he's a supervisor. It's kind of like a mayor, like half of a mayor. So, but why didn't the police? Why didn't they comment? Because they're not about to lie. Because the police are not about to lie? Because the fire wasn't in the goddamn bathroom? It wasn't a fan? It was in the bedroom like it was initially reported on the scanner by the... That's the only comments we have from the police. The scanner reported that it was a bath that was in the bedroom. The bedroom in the house not connected to the facility. Boom. Once again, the Clintons finessed us. Not really all that surprising considering they have become really good at it at this point. They've become really good at this point. Before we go, I want to take any comments or questions for the night. And if y'all don't have any, then I will bid you adieu. Adieu. But yeah, so just a quick, while y'all getting your question together, a quick rundown, just so you can tell your friends, because I know like people are like, you just sound crazy. No, you're not crazy. We're not crazy. We just be looking, we be paying attention to this type of stuff. On the 3rd, the fire happened. On the 4th, the investigation was announced. Realistically, they probably found out on the 2nd or the 3rd after the holidays, because it was probably announced after they were told, because that's usually how those type of things happen. On the 5th, on the 3rd, once again, when it was initially reported, the police declined to comment. Only person who's in the police declined to comment. The only person who did comment was Nick Merrill. The only comment that the police made was that on the fire scan, or on the police scanner, it was reported that it was a bedroom fire in the house. Nick Merrill reported that it was in the Secret Service facility outside of the house. On the 5th, It was readdressed by the town supervisor that apparently was a bathroom fan. However, the fire department refused to corroborate this, and the police department refused to corroborate this story. In fact, literally no one has corroborated that story. So, bong bong. In New York terms, that means something's fishy's going on. And would love to know your thoughts about that. And leave your thoughts and comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Drop a super chat if you if you're a frequenter of YouTube. If not, it's fine. Donate to the One Follow $1 campaign, and we'll keep the shows coming. Thank you all so much for the love and support, and always, always, always remember, ladies and gentlemen, find your balance. Peace.